Today is cookie day, and now I'm going to show you how to make chocolate chip cookies, my simple recipe. And I've already made some chocolate chip cookies for my son. He asked me to make some. He's taking them to his job to give them away. I use my advanced recipe with him. I'm using the basic recipe with you because you're my students. And at Southwest, this is Audrey Vine, Southwest Edgecombe High School culinary teacher, and we love chocolate chip cookies. The kids love to make them. So basically, we're going to do my basic recipe. Now, the first thing I want to talk to you about is the different attachments. I have them to show. This is your whisk attachment. See, it look like a whisk. And this is the one I told you that you make cake with. Your cake batter. This is your dough hook, and when I make roll biscuits, and I will do that in a video, I have one more required video that go along with my curriculum, how to make a cobbler, and I'm going to show you how to make a cobbler. I did that 7-layer cake, and I may do cake from scratch. Just to give you that basic knowledge in case if you want to go with the flour, the basic four ingredients that goes in my cake from scratch. So I'll tell you about all of that when I do that scratch video. And this dough hook we'll use when we do roll biscuits, and if you're doing breads, it's good for breads, and if you're making pizza dough. And we're going to use a flat attachment again, in which, like I said, I like this little rubber piece on this attachment. Parents, if you have the regular one that has it's smooth on the side, it doesn't have the rubber attachment, it doesn't cost that much. You can buy one because this scrape your bowl for you, although you still gonna have to have your spatula. Yep. Okay, get my spatula. You're still gonna have to have your spatula because you always have to have this Rubbermaid spatula so you can scrape the sides. This scrape the sides as you are doing your cookie dough, but when you actually get ready to mix your chocolate chips and do all of the, your manual work, then you need your Rubbermaid spatula. Okay, now we got that. So I'm gonna be over here to the side again for the chocolate chip cookies, and I'm going to talk about my ingredients, and I'm going to move them as I talk about them. Okay, the first thing that you're going to do with this chocolate chip recipe is you're going to decide which brown sugar you like. Now, my granddaughter Maya, she loves this dark brown sugar. The brown sugar, she likes the dark brown. She liked for her cookies to not be really light, so she started me getting the dark brown. And Caleb doesn't care either way. And Kenneth, he's my cookie monster. He doesn't care whether it is dark brown or light brown, but that's just a suggestion she made, and I've been using it ever since. And this is kind of the light brown. So whichever sugar you decide to use, you're still gonna have great tasting chocolate chip cookies. It's just that the dark brown gives it just a little more color, and the light brown you just have light cookies. But either way, they're good. Okay, you're gonna need 2 eggs. I'm gonna transfer it over here because I'm gonna work sideways again. And you're gonna have to have 3 cups of flour, and I measure it out because you're gonna see in a minute. I may have flour over this apron before I finish. And you're going to need 1 tablespoonful of vanilla flavoring. And I know that this is imitation vanilla flavoring, but you can use the real deal, you know. So, when it comes to chocolate chips, that's why my cookies stand aside, because you're going to bite a chocolate chip in every bite. It's a chocolate chip. You're going to bite it. So I use double the amount. Now it's 1.5 of milk chocolate chips or dark chocolate chips. Sometimes I have chocolate chunks. It depends on what you like. And in one of my recipes, the advanced one, I did white chocolate chips and milk chocolate chips. So it has both. And then I have a little, this is M&M's that I'm going to do part of my recipe with the chocolate chips, and then later on I'm going to add some M&M's, so you know it'll have two different kinds. I'll put that over there. And okay, let's talk about the butter. Everybody loves butter. I'm going to pull out some more chocolate chips just in case. You know, I like a lot of chocolate chips. I'm going to always keep chocolate chips over here on the side just in case if I want to add more. So I'm going to keep my chocolate chips over here on the side, over here. And let's talk about butter. Okay, you're in a hurry. This is my brown sugar, and you need 1/2 cup of granulated sugar and 1 cup of brown sugar. Remember, you're going to pack your brown sugar down, and when you pour your brown sugar out, it's going to have the conformity of the cup. And if it doesn't, then you didn't pack it right. And then you're going to have your granulated sugar. So we're going to put this over here. And let's talk about butter. Okay. It's 2 sticks of butter equal 1 cup. It calls for 1 cup. And this recipe came from my high school home economics teacher, many years ago, Brenda Little. She is still living. She is making dog food now. And of course, I told one of my friends on the track that has a dog named Jack that I was going to make him some dog food. Haven't figured out the recipe yet, but I'm going to make Jack some dog food and take it out to the track one morning. So if you don't have 2 sticks of butter, which everybody loves butter, I use one of the Crisco sticks. It equals to 2 sticks of butter. But this is what I do. And this is why my cookies are so soft. And they're not hard cookies. They're soft batch. What I do is I use 1 stick of butter and 1/2 a stick of Crisco. And that way it's giving me, if you you can do the Crisco stick, or you can do the 2 sticks of butter. But this gives it a different texture and a different taste. Your cookie is moist, and it's not, you know, as it get cold, it usually get really hard, but my cookies stay soft. And that's why my son, he loves my cookies so good. That boy, he just love them. So say if you come, you're in a hurry, Mom, I want to make some cookies, and she said, well, my butter's not soft. Okay, now this is a little trick, and if you're not really experienced, don't try it, because you will melt your butter stick. You just stick it in the microwave, and we'll stick this in the microwave because it's not really fully soft, you know, like I want it. And I'm gonna go just a few seconds. Can you see me? Yeah, just a few seconds in the microwave, and you're gonna feel that it's thick and it's soft. Just a few seconds, maybe 2 or 3 seconds. You cannot leave it in there for 10 seconds. See, it's soft, and you can use it, because sometimes it takes a long time for this to soften, and you just don't have time, you know, to do it. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to move my butter. And of course, students, you're going to be so happy. We have these baking sheets that you don't have to use parchment paper. So we have these baking sheets that fit right into your pan. No spraying, no paper, just all baking. Okay? Parents, you can buy them too. You know, go to, well, I don't know what's open now with the pandemic, but you can look around and see, can you find some. There are baking sheets, and it's just worth your investment. if you like making cookies and baking. It's worth your investment. So I'm going to move my Crisco stick. And the first thing I'm going to do is put my attachment on. Remember, I showed you in the other video how to put your attachment on. I'm going to pull this a little to the edge and I'm going to put my attachment on. Remember the notch. And you're going to clamp it on. Make sure it's firm. And then the first thing you're going to do, you're going to mix your 2 sugars. You're going to mix your 2 sugars together. You're going to make sure that you lock down your stand mixer, and then you're going to go like this. You're going to mix it. You're going to mix your 2 sugars. And after you mix your 2 sugars, unlock it, lift it again, and then you're going to add your butter first. Yes, you're going to add your butter. And you're going to cream this, because you know you cream your sugar and your butter. I'm cooking cookies today. I've been cooking cookies all morning, so I decided to share the chocolate chip cookie recipe with you. So then you're gonna remember I told you, you're gonna take half of this Crisco stick. I just love using a combination because it's gonna make your cookies soft, and you're gonna put that in there. Close this up. I'm going to drop that in there. Back in the little packet. Okay. Now you're going to lock it. Cream. This has a lot of steps. So first you mix your 2 sugars. Now we're creaming the butter and the half a stick of Crisco with the sugar. You're going to cream that. And then when you cream, make sure that you cream it real well. Make sure that it's not have little lumps and stuff in it, because that'll affect the way your cookie cooks. Okay, you're going to unlock it. And now what I do is I add my eggs next, one at a time. One at a time. Then lock it. Unlock it. Put your other egg in. If you go ahead on and get your ingredients out, you will not forget something. If you go ahead on and do what you got to do, you will not forget it. But if you wait, you may say, oh, I need my eggs. And if you get all your ingredients and put them out, you got it. And you can go ahead on and do what you have to do. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is add 1 tablespoon. I have my tablespoon full of, and I'm going to pour it. I'm going to unlock it, and I'm going to pour it over it just in case if I make a mistake, but I probably won't. Oh, I didn't. And I'm going to pour it in, okay? So we got that. So we're going to mix that, lock it. You want to remember to lock this, especially when you're doing cookies, because as you get to the chocolate chips and it's not locked, it'll pop up on you. It'll come up on you. Oh, my cookies are looking so good. I had some that I made previously and they are cooling, but these are my advanced cookies. These are the ones that Kenneth is going to pick up later, or I'm going to take to him, or however we figure out what to do. Now, this is the trick, y'all. This is the trick. This flour. So, I'm going to go and get one of my cups and clean it out. Because I'm going to need to dump this flour in this. I have given out of my cups. I've been using them all day. So I'm gonna wipe this off really good. I got plenty of time, and you have to. And sometimes you have to do that. And I'm gonna dump my flour out so you can see. I'm just gonna put a cup in there, and then lock. And this cookie take a while. It's not like you can do this fast. You can do that cake mix cookie fast and get to the point, but this cookie you have to really think about. Okay? Cut off, unlock. I'm putting 1 cup at a time, and that way, so far, I'm not a flour child. Ooh, I spilled some over there. So, you see what I'm saying? You may spill some, but it's okay. So far, I'm not a flour child. It's not all over my apron. I have this apron on for a reason when I'm cooking cookies. This flour will get all over you if you're not careful. That's why adults, you need to be there with the kids when they're cooking. Or some kids in my class, they can really cook now. I had an incident that happened with these chocolate chip cookies at school. I had this group of kids, thought I had taught it real good, you know, how to do it. And all of a sudden, the fire alarm went off. Yes, the school fire alarm. And I'll never forget the principal, Mr. Privet, coming in and advise you got to get out. But if I had left out, it would actually caught on fire instead of smoking because I had to cut them stoves off. We have like 5 stoves in there, five kitchens. So, you know, you got to watch 5 kitchens. And back there then, we had loaded classes. Classes are not as big as they were back there then, when Mr. Carroll was there with me. And, yes, they probably were texting and everything. Because those kids, I thought they understood. Until today, I cannot understand how they got chocolate chip cookies liquid. It was all liquid. And then they put instead of putting the oven on 350 bake, they put it on broiler. So that's what one problem was, that they put it on broiler instead of bake. So now, but they're all grown now. This has been over 10 years ago. Those kids are all grown. So now, although I have this nice little flat attachment that do the size of the bowl, I'm still going to use unlock this, and I'm still going to use my spatula to push this down for right now. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to push this down, and I'm going to do my sides. Just the top. They got the sides real good everywhere, but just seem like a little flour on the top. So I'm going to put that back down. Oh, before I put it down, I'm going to go ahead on and dump my chocolate chips in there, because we're at the end now. You dump your chocolate chips in, and like I said, I'm going to dump just a little more than what they said. I like a lot of chocolate chips. And I'm going to save some space to add those other ones later on. I'm going to make like it. And you see, this is what I'm saying. If you don't like it, I will show you what will happen, but I don't want to mess up all this nice chocolate chip dough. And sometimes my kids, they eat this dough, but I don't. Okay. I make sure and cut that off. I speed it up a little bit. Make sure it's unlocked. And then you see, you're going to push this off. You're going to push it off in your attachment. You're going to have all this nice chocolate chips. And I'm going to make maybe 18 or 20. You can make 36. 36 regular chocolate chips now. If you do like my students, they go overboard. They make big chocolate chips. One made a full cookie in a pizza pan one time. So it's up to you, whatever you do with your dough, with your cookie dough once you get it made. And this is my basic recipe. I have an advanced recipe that I made for Kenneth. And it's over there in another bowl. And I didn't know how many cookies he wanted. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make so many, and then I'm going to freeze the rest of them. Yeah, you can freeze these. Since this pandemic and my grandgirls, Maya and Kayla, can't come over and make chocolate chip cookies, I've been making them for them, freezing them, and they've been cooking them. And when they give out, they usually let me know. So you can take a few out at a time, 6 or 12, and cook them. So you can freeze this dough. I'll show you a little bit how the process goes if you want to freeze them. I'm going to put these in the oven. Of course, if I were at school, the kids would eat this off. I'm going to bring it over here. I'm going to move my, I'm going to put this in the fridge. You don't have to put the Crisco stick in the fridge, but I put my butter in the fridge. And I'm going to wipe off my little flour spill. I believe in cleaning as you go, so I'm going to wipe that off. Bring those extra chocolate chips over here. And my pan, of course. And I haven't decided what I should do about, I don't know, should I make regular size? I think I was going to make some big ones, but I think I'm going to just use this small one. And I'm going to make regular size ones. And I'm going to dump it and just put it on this. I'm excited. My kids and me, we got a lot of good new tools to work with if we ever get back to school. I know what they're going to say. Miss Vines, you've changed. Yes, I have. This pandemic, I have rediscovered my cooking skills, sewing skills. And plus, I'm going to work in the yard. That's scary. Yes, I'm going to do some things in the yard. Put some mulch out and do some things in the yard. Yes, yes, yes. Making these chocolate chip cookies is my grandchildren and me. And now Bryson is driving. Can you believe that? Woo! I can't. He was just yesterday doing these cookies. Now he's in the 10th grade. I just can't believe it. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. I'm gonna do 12 with just regular chocolate chips, and then I'm gonna put the I'll do 15. And then what I'm gonna do for my next batch, I'm gonna put these M&Ms in this and stir it together. And then I'll have 2 different kinds in one batch. So, I'm going to take these, dump it in here. You see, that's why when you do chocolate chip cookies, it's just wonderful. You can do macadamia nuts in it. You can put walnuts. You can add to it your own flavor. That's why I love my cooking. I always can add or take away if something you don't like. You can take it away. But I'm going to do this because my grandbabies, they love this. So, yep. And I'm going to put this in the oven. Ooh, I've been making cookies all day. I'm going to have to take a nap after a while. Oh, yeah. I'm going to set this aside for a moment before I put another batch in the oven. Wipe off my little island I made. And I want to show you something. These are my advanced chocolate chip cookies. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to, hope you can see them. I'm coming up there a little closer. And that you see, I'm not going to do like I did last time. So there they are. And I'm going to break one open. And I'm going to eat it. Of course, I'm coming closer. You can see right here. See, when you break it open, look at that. All those chocolate chips. Look at that softness on it. All you need now is a glass of milk. So good. Just good. There you have it. My chocolate chip recipe modified from Family and Consumer Sciences, which they call home economics when I was going to school, from my teacher, Brenda Little, who makes dog food now. Thank you for liking it. Thank you for subscribing. Keep right on cooking, because this is your dancing cook. May God bless you. Ever smile upon you. You have a wonderful day. Get to cooking. Have a good time. Stay at home and cook.